Hi guys, welcome to Rapturous house. My name is Tanya. I hope you all are doing absolutely wonderful. Today's reading is going to be for my Virgos. We're going to see what's the energy surrounding you guys, okay? I do want to thank you all. I want to thank you all for all your likes, all your comments, all your shares. They're all greatly appreciated. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. That way you'll get notified anytime I upload any new video footages, but also that way I'm able to tug on your energy, okay guys? Please remember, only take what's yours. Leave everything else behind. If you would like a personal reading, my website's information is down in the description below. That is the only way that you're able to obtain a personal reading, okay? All right, I do call on the Holy Spirit. I call on the white light that guides us. I call on the goddesses that gives us our strength and the angels that protect us. We're going to see what's the energy surrounding you guys today, okay? I would like to send a special shout out to all my members, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining me and thank you for supporting the channel. For all my subscribers, guys, both old and new, thank you, guys. Thank you for joining me. Let's see what's the energy surrounding you guys. Whoa, wow. Some heavy energy surrounding you guys. Heavy energy. The fates. No place like home. Give me a sec. And new life. New life. Look, that's the first card that fell out. A brand new beginning. A brand new beginning. You guys are waking up to a brand new life. Some of you guys, you're waking up to a brand new person. For some of you guys, you yourself, and when I say that, that's you. You are a brand new person. But for some of you guys, when you turn your head, there's a brand new person that's laying next to you as well. Some of you guys, you may have just actually welcomed in a new baby. You may have just actually welcomed in a new baby, but this is a whole new life. Some of you guys, you're going from single to being wedded. Some of you guys, you're going from being single to being parents. Brand new energy, brand new energy. For some of you guys, you started a new job and the money's better. Some of you guys, you started a new big girl, big boy job and you're becoming an adult. You're becoming an adult. There's an evolution that's happening in you guys' life. There's a massive shift that's happening in you guys' life. An absolute, but this is like happy. This is happy. This is a happy new life. This is something that's new in your life that brings you joy. Even if it's a feeling within yourself, there's something here new in your life that's bringing you some joy. Nice energy. And then we have no place like home. Like some of you guys, this is going back to the starting point. Some of you guys, there's going back to the starting point. No place like home. Some of you guys, you could have actually relocated back to your hometown. Some of you guys, you could have actually found your way back to a love, a true love. And it doesn't have to be just a lover. Like this is like finding your way back home. This could be a person. This could be an object. This could be a business. This could be this is even like finding your way back to like motherland itself, where you're from itself. This is finding your way back home. There's no place like home. For someone here, I just got like, you may have experienced a fire or something and you're just, this is like a business or a home that caught fire and it's like just rebuilding. Some of you guys, this is something that's being rebuilt. Yeah, some of you guys, you may have experienced some type of flood or some type of hurricane or something like that, a storm itself. And there, I just got like a total vision of like someone rebuilding. It's been a journey. It's definitely been a journey. But it says no place like home. For some of you guys, your home is your sanctuary right now, present moment. Some of you guys, you are prepping, you're preparing your garden for the winter months. Some of you guys, and I'm seeing such a lavish, yes, garden. Some of you guys, you're refertilizing your plants right now, present moment. I feel like there's an energy here of like kind of getting your home warm and welcoming. A lot of you guys, I see you spending a lot of time at home. I feel like home is really and truly your sanctuary right now, present moment. There's a big group of you guys, as I see 444 on the clock. Your home right now, present moment, is your sanctuary. Your home right now, present moment, is your sanctuary. And then we have the fates. Look how things are aligning for you guys. I feel like there's something, this is like a total alignment. Some of you guys, you doubted. Some of you guys, you doubted that you would be where you're at right now, present moment, in a good place. And some of you guys, you're doubting it right now, present moment, that I'm hearing like, Tonya, I'm not in a good place right now, present moment. But this is your spirit guides telling you to not lose hope, because one day you will be in a very good place. And you're going to have appreciation for where you're at right now, present moment. And right now, present moment, you may not feel that way. You may not feel that way right now, present moment, but it's telling me one day you will. One day you're going to look back and you're going to have an appreciation for this trial that you may be going through right now, present moment. But you're fated for something so wonderful. You're fated for something better. You're fated for it. Yeah. And then we have chop wood. Prepping, organizing, chopping away what doesn't do you justice. Chopping away what just doesn't do you justice at all. When I was in the pre-shuffle, that come to the edge, taking a leap of faith. A lot of you guys, you're stepping out, or you're being called to step out of your comfort zone. Some of you guys you may be like, Tonya, I've been stepping out my comfort zone and I'm enjoying the ride. Some of you guys, you're taking the trip that you want to take. Some of you guys, you're voicing your opinion. You're saying what it is you want and what it is that you don't want. Some of you guys, you've put up a lot of boundaries. So there is some of you guys, you're like, Tonya, I have taken that leap of faith. I have taken back control of my life. I am going, because you see, I saw that come to the edge. Because there's still a group of you guys, your spirit guides are calling you to come to the edge, to take that leap of faith, to take that jump into the unknown. I'm getting someone here, you may have wanted to start some type of new endeavor, and there is like a hesitation, because this is turbulence. This is unknown territory for you. And your spirit guides are saying for you to take that leap of faith, come to the edge, so you can have this new life. So you can have this new life that you proclaim that you want. Because this is what you want. This is what you want. It's going to require you guys to actually get out and do some work. You know, I just imagine someone being out, the physical labor of chopping wood, but also the pleasure in chopping wood. The pleasure in is, to me, it's like the same thing as like if you were to go out exercising when you're stressed, when you're needing to think about something, when you're in your head and you're needing to evaluate, even when you're needing to check yourself. I'm getting, for some of you guys, there's an energy here of like just kind of chopping away. There's a chopping away. There's a dealings. There's a getting organized in this energy. Some of you guys, your spirit guides are calling you to get out and chop some wood. Whatever that means for you. Because I'm not saying that this is all physical. I feel like this is like chopping away. For some of you guys, this is like dealing with stuff. I feel like I picked up this energy the other day. This is like dealing with stuff little by little. Keep continually chopping away what no longer serves you. Actually handling your business. For a lot of you guys, your spirit guides are calling you to actually tap in and handle your business, whatever that business may be, because that business could really and truly be chopping away something that is not serving you justice. That's not serving your life's purpose. That could really and truly be. This is something that is actually causing, you see how this door is wide open? You see how this door is wide open? Oh, and you take the broom. Where'd that card go? All right, let's see, give me a sec. Of course, I'm gonna roll the chair onto the card. I'm like, okay, Tonya. I'm like, okay. But you see how this door is wide open? Like, this is like sweeping out the trash. You know how back in the day, I don't know, my mom them used to do that. In those old wooden houses, they would take the broom and they would just sweep the dust outside. And that's kind of the thing. Like, there's some things like this is like throwing away the trash for some of you guys. This is like opening your windows, because it doesn't have to be so invasive. This is like opening up your windows, burning some sage, cleaning your area, like getting rid of, chopping away the negative energy, the negative vibes, welcoming in the cool breeze, welcoming in the fall weather, welcoming in the light. For some of you guys, it's opening your blinds, opening your curtains, welcoming in the light. Because for some of you guys, you're chopping away and you're welcoming in. The only way you're going to get to this new life is if you actually sweep out the trash, sweep out the dust and the dirt. Look at that. I almost couldn't even say that. For a lot of you guys, this is telling me that there's some physical work, physical labor. This is sweat. You know, it's like you hear blood, sweat, and tears. The life that you want, the new life that you want, this is your spirit guys telling you need to get your hands dirty. You need to prepare to get your hands dirty. Because for some of you guys, this is kind of giving me, it's almost like I'm visualizing you crying or sitting in a spot, just balled up in a corner on a chair. This is like you just sitting at a table and trying to figure out, what do I do to get myself out of a situation? But your spirit guides are saying that you absolutely know what you need to do. The spirit guides are actually saying this, that you absolutely know what you need to do, but there's action. Action, you plan and you act. You get organized and you act. And this is not saying that you have to totally give up. Like say if this is a job, but you don't want to be there anymore. This is not saying you walk away from your job. That's not, spirit wouldn't say that. Because then that would put you in a rougher position. For most of us. It's one of those things you set a building block as to how you can get to the point where you won't have to. Where it won't be a trouble if you actually walk away. For some of you guys, it's just preparing yourself for another position. Preparing yourself for another job. This is a relationship. Do you want to fight for the relationship? Do you not want to fight for the relationship? Because chopping that wood doesn't have to be chopping the person completely out of your life. But it could be chopping away the bullshit. It could be voicing your opinion. It could be you making a move. It could be you standing up for yourself. You're chopping away the bullshit. So whether you stay within a relationship or not within a relationship, you're dealing with your shit. And I feel like for a lot of you guys right now, present moment, I feel like spirit is saying you need to put your foot down and you need to deal with your shit. So whether this is like you wanting to fight for a relationship, whether you are ready to wash your hands with a relationship, your spirit guides are saying there needs to be movement. You say you want something to change, but yet you're allowing the same thing to occur every single day of the week. There's a need for you to chop away the wood, and even if that's within yourself. Because chopping away the wood is you chopping away insecurities. It's you chopping away neglect on yourself, neglect on your soul, neglect on your beliefs, neglect on you. You see, you're chopping away that. And this is like, if you are dealing with something that you just don't want to deal with, you don't feel like it's in alignment with what you want for yourself. Your spirit guides are saying for you to deal with your shit. And whatever, if you want to fight for something, fight for it. If you want to wash your hands with something, wash your hands with something. But I feel like this is almost like ultimately, I'm going to need you to figure out what you want. I feel like that's kind of like an ultimate energy, because there is a new life. And for a lot of you guys, that new life does not have to be by yourself. You know, the life that you're living right now, present moment, it could just get better. Instead of it being in a posture that makes you question, it could really and truly just transform. You could really and truly keep the people in your life as long as you yourself are not neglecting yourself through the process. You're using your voice. You're being open and you're being honest in communicating. There's a need for a lot of you guys to communicate. You know, there's a need for a lot of you guys to communicate. There's a need for a lot of you guys to look at your North Node and see what zodiac sign your North Node falls in. And there's karma there. There's karma there. Like, you know, like say if you have Gemini, it talks about communication. Even Virgo talks about communication, talks about travel. Capricorn talks about work. You know, there's different things. Your Pisces talks about your spirituality. So for a lot of you guys, there's a need for you guys to get to know yourself better. There's a need for you guys, because that just came in, and it's like there's a need for some of you guys to get to know yourself better, to know what is it that to steer yourself into a better direction, into the right direction. Because for some of you guys, you're still wondering where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do to get to this new life, to get to this new life. For some of you guys, you absolutely know that you want to fight for what you have. You absolutely know that you want to fight for what you have, but you don't know how to. I feel like that in itself would help you. I feel like that in itself would help you. This is your life. This is your fate. I feel like for some of you guys, your spirit guides are calling you to tap into what is it that you want. Because the thing about it is, we all say we want something, but what are we doing to get what it is that we want? Because for some of us, we don't want to start all over again. I get that. I get that. I told you guys a long time ago, Peyton, my second daughter, her dad, I fought and I fought and I fought. Because I was like, oh my gosh, another marriage down the, another marriage gone. And of course, we were young. So now we have such a different type of respect for each other. And he was a Virgo too. I've told you guys this. And I didn't want my daughters to not have their father. Nor did I want to be in a relationship. I was in college. I was just starting my career. And I was focused on that. That's how I know. I tell you guys that all the time. I know because he and I through the years, we've had that discussion. Because he tells me all the time, he's like, when I get focused, because I'm a Virgo, when I get focused on something, there is nothing that can interfere with that. When I set a plan, everything else don't matter. And that, I tell you guys that. When I tell you guys that, half the time I've experienced it. And I remember the conversation I had with him, and he said that he was like, and that's when he came back after all those years. And he was like, apologize for every wrong he had done. And I apologized too. I apologized too, because, I was so focused on working. I was so focused on wanting something, I was so focused, because I told you guys this story. Like when I was my first ex-husband, I had to quit school because he was doing his other stuff. So I literally had to quit school to take care of everything. So it's like I wanted to get back to my plan. And then once I finally got back to my plan, I was so focused because I was determined. There was a determination there. But even I can say that in that, because I was so focused on accomplishing, I was so focused on succeeding, on a lifestyle, without honesty, on a lifestyle that I look at right now, present moment, and I do it. I wake up every single day. I tell you guys my story all the time. I wake up every single day and I go to my job. I worked hard. I did a lot of schooling. I've been at my firm for 10 years. You know how hard it took me? It took me a lot of hard work. It took me a lot of hard work to get to where I'm at. So, part of me, that's that Virgo. I can't let that go. That's that Virgo. I can't let that go. But you know what? I stop and I look back now. Sometimes I do. I'm blessed. I really am. And I'm grateful. I'm blessed and I'm grateful. But sometimes I stop and I look back and I'm like, you know what? The thing that I fought for the most is the thing that really and truly don't matter much to me anymore. Like, that's the thing. I fought for this career. I fought for this position. I fought to have this lifestyle. And oh no, I love my lifestyle. I love everything about what I've accomplished. That's a massive accomplishments. I understand that. But you know where I find my most pleasure? I'm gonna be honest. I find my most pleasure in talking to you guys. I find my most pleasures in my daughters. I find my most pleasures in my friends, in my family. I find my most pleasures, and I guess because we do all that we do for those people, for those things, I find my pleasure in the fact that I bought my own home. I built my own home, and I live a good life. And I want you guys to fight. I want you guys to fight for what you want. And we may not always get it right, because I'm gonna tell you, for sure, I for sure don't always get it right. I know that shit. I'm not gonna lie and ever say anything different, because I would be lying. I would be lying. But I want you guys, what type of life, like, if you're with someone right now, present moment, because oftentimes I think we get it mixed up. I don't know if I'm saying the same shit. And if you're in a marriage, you're in a relationship, and you want to fight for that, it's okay to fight for that. It's okay. Like, it's your endurance. I heard something the other day. Who said it? I heard it on the radio, and the guy was like, you have to decide if you're willing to forgive. Can you forgive? And what do you see on the other side of that forgiveness? And I'm saying that to a lot of you guys because I know at one point in time, like getting back to Peyton's father, I told you guys this story probably about a year ago, that while I was in school and working, I was busy. I really was. And I didn't even pay attention to the fact that he had actually made a kid. I didn't pay attention to that. And I found out in some type of way, shape, or form, like literally we were living two separate lives. So we really were. That's why I say, like, we absolutely know. I absolutely knew. Like, but I didn't. And that was my apology to him. I really didn't care, because I was really and truly over the relationship. And that's the thing. Sometimes I don't want, like, sometimes we punish people, or we hold people accountable, or we fuss about something. And really and truly, do you care? Like, really and truly, because you know what? Somebody said that, I saw it somewhere, and they were like, if you didn't notice, were you really in love? Did you really care? And it wasn't directed to me, it was directed to somebody else, but I was like, you know what? That's some real words. That is some real words. And my thing, sometimes, even if you find out however this goes, is it more of an embarrassment, or is it more that a heartbreak or a disappointment? Because you know what? I spoke to a friend recently, and it's a reflection on self. And I appreciated the fact that she was honest about that. It's a reflection on self. And now, and she too is a Virgo. And for her, she was going through her second divorce, and it was a reflection on herself to her. And I feel like that was to hurt the most. I feel like for her, that was to hurt the most. And for me, none of it, I'll be honest, none of it was a reflection on me. I didn't take it like that. I didn't take it like that. I was always just focused. I really and truly was always just focused. And I just kind of just kept it moving. And still to this day, I just kind of keep it moving. We all deal with things differently. We all have opportunities to have the life that we want. Whether we want the old life, the new life, whatever, it's your life. And that, I'm saying all that to say, even when I say this, chop wood, I'm not telling you to chop someone completely out your life, or to chop something completely out your life. I'm not telling you to completely walk away from all that you've known or all that you've cared for. I'm telling you to revamp it. I'm telling you to rework it. I'm telling you to figure out what you want, really, 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 really what you want. Voice what you really and truly want. That's what I'm telling you. So whether you want to stay in a job or a relationship that you want, stay in a town that you want, whether I don't want to move. I don't want to go to college. Like, I want you guys to own what it is that you want. Like, that's the thing. Once you've actually stopped and been like, you know what? This is what I want, and this is what I don't want. Let's start with what you don't want. I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be single. I don't want to be disrespected. I don't want to lose everything that I've worked for. And then on the other side of that, what are you going to do to make sure that that does not happen? I want some of you guys to think about that. What are you going to do on the other side of that to make sure that that doesn't happen. I feel like that's what's most important for a lot of us. I feel like if a lot of people would actually think about that, because I do feel like right now, present moment with society and with life itself, people are giving up the fight so easy. People are playing victim so easy. You know, people are telling themselves a story. But I want you guys to actually be real with yourself. I really and truly do. I want you guys to actually absolutely be real with yourself, because you have the opportunity. You have the willpower. You have the power over all else. You have the power to make whatever life that you want. You do. You absolutely do. You have the power. You can do whatever it is that you want. Your life, everything about your life is in the palm of your hands. What are you going to do to change it? What are you going to do to make sure that the life that you're living is the life that you want to live? And I'm saying all that to say that to you, the power is in your hand. I'm actually saying all that to say that the power is in your hand. And let me tell you guys, I am so sorry, because I just went with it. You know, when something comes to me, I just go with it. I really and truly just kind of go with it. And I don't mind sharing my stories with you guys, because we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all have a life to live. We all have a path to live. I used to always think, you know, I was always trying to be the normal person, and I was never a normal person. Some of you guys, you could probably relate to that. Trying to live the normal life. Oh, I had to do college. I had to, you know, I had to be a wife. I had to be a mother. You know, I had to succeed. Like, sometimes I stop and I think about that. You know, I always tried to live the life that really and truly was never truly interesting to me. I'm talking about like fighting, because I did not like, I don't know. I always like to do what I want to do. I've always liked to do what I want to do. But then, you know, you try to keep up with society. You try to keep up with the norms. And then when you stop and you look back, for me, when I stop and I look back, I'm like, I've wasted so much time chasing after a life that I never really and truly wanted. You know, when I was married the first time, I was actually in nursing school. I did 3 years of nursing before I went to the legal field. Like, I really and truly wasted 3 years of school before I decided that I wanted to be in criminal justice. So, and then before that, I think I've told you guys that when I finished high school, because I got pregnant in high school, got married at 18, I went to community college. So I did a year and a half of community college, technical school. It was technical school. Graduated from there. Then I went to college, because I was like, you know what? I can do this. I want to do this. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to be a nurse, because, you know, that's like, you know, you can always have a job. 3 years into it, my ex-husband gets in trouble, and I had to quit school and focus on saving everything that I had, you know. And when I went back to school, I didn't even want to be a nurse anymore. Like, when I went back to school, that's when I went into criminal justice. I didn't even want to be a nurse anymore. My first job was at the public defender's office while I was in school. And I've been rolling it ever since. I've been doing this. I've been in the legal field ever since. I kind of fell into it. I kind of fell into this lifestyle. You know, I just kind of went with it. I kind of rolled with it. But now I feel like for some of you guys, even if you've kind of gone down the same path that I've gone down, I feel like now Spirit is saying that you have an opportunity to live the life that you truly, truly want to live. Truly. I personally feel that every single day of the week, and every single day of the week, I do live that life that I want to live. Yes, I do still do things, because you know what? I told it to a friend of mine the other day, day before yesterday. I had a friend that came over, and I said that I was like, you know, I sometimes want to walk away, because, you know, it is what it is. But I cannot, because I'm a Virgo, I can't give up that security. I can't give up that security blanket. That is the hardest thing for me, is giving up. And also, that's an ego thing too, because I can't give up the hard work that I've put into this. The hard work, the sweat, the long nights, the relationships. Like, you know, I can't give up everything that I have sacrificed, everything that I have worked so hard for for what? Because that's a part of me. I don't know, you know, and I like, all I can say is pray for, pray for me. Like I said, one day I will. One day I will, but right now, present moment, I just, you know, I work so hard. And I feel like for some of you guys, you may relate to that. Like you've worked so hard, you've made so many sacrifices, even when it comes to a relationship. Like for some of you guys, and I want you, because I listen to, I read all your messages. I wish I could respond to all you guys' messages, but I do read them. And I feel like, and I keep bringing up relationships. Why? Because I read you guys and I see some of you guys, you're in relationships that you've been in for a very, very long time. You've lost yourself in some of these relationships. And I feel like it's not that you can't find yourself again. I feel like there's an unknown. There's an unknown. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, I want you guys to actually take a moment and sit down and write what it is. What's the positive? What's the negatives in the relationship itself? Can any of that change? Have you actually voiced your opinion, how you feel? You know, because sometimes we can change things by just actually communicating. Sometimes we can change things by just saying, no, this is what's going to happen. Or even you being open to listen to somebody else's perspective, somebody else being open to listen to your perspective. Because with all honesty, I look at the world every single day of the week, and it's one of those things, like people are they're so willing to just walk away. They're not willing to fight. And the thing about it is, and I know I'm rambling. Listen, go with me. Just think about this generation. Let's say that there's some of these kids are worried because they don't have that fight and that tenacity. There's some people that they've been given it to their whole life. And they don't know how to go after what they want, or hard work, hard labor, truly chopping wood. Truly having to get their hands dirty. So it makes, you stop and you think about the building blocks of even our government. We're taking those same, trying to shut me up. Give me a sec. Because we're thinking about it. We're taking those same individuals and they are what's controlling this world. But they themselves, they haven't learned how to truly get their hands dirty. But not in that type of way. Like, you know, like in the way of really and truly rolling up your sleeves and figuring out, getting to the nitty-gritty of the issues and the problems. And I feel like that even in relationships, even within our society, even within our world, our government itself too, it's about rolling up our sleeves and really and truly getting down to the nitty-gritty, to the real issues. Okay, and let's see, how can we overcome these issues? How can we resolve these issues? Because I feel like even in a relationship, it's just like politics. You know, it's just like debating. But where can we come to common ground? And I feel like for some of us, it's like, I don't know what's being taught anymore. You know, I don't know, that in itself is not being voiced in society enough. And I feel like for so many of us, like while we want a new life, or even if it's in the life that we want a new life. Okay, I'm going to get back, guys. We're going to come back to this. Because with this new life, you want a new life. A lot of you guys, you want a new life. A lot of you guys are starting a new life right now, present moment. But what's most important is that homey feeling. There's no place like home. We know that from the time that we were in our mother's wombs to the time that we come out and our mother breastfeeds us, or however this goes, nurtures us, cares for us, love us. There is no place like home. There is no place like home. We know that. As adults, we think about how we wish we could go back to the times where our parents took care of everything for us. Or we wish that we can go back to the start. Like, you know, when we grow and we become big girls, big boys, and we wish we can go back to the little home that our parents raised us in, the little apartment, the little cottage, however this goes. But that's over and that's done, that's gone. Sometimes we wish that we can go back to the starting point and rewrite our whole story. Because there is really and truly no place like home, and that no place like home is what fulfills your heart. What really and truly fills your heart. For some of you guys, it's a place within a relationship. No place like home is like feeling like a person is home. Really and truly, there's somebody, for some of you guys, there's somebody in your life, or there's somebody that was in your life, and that was home. And I feel like for a lot of you guys right now, present moment, you are thinking about that. I feel like a lot of you guys, you're reminiscent about that. But I'm also going to ask, what are you doing about that? What are you doing about that? For some of you guys, there's something that has been in your life. There's something that has been projected into your life that is a part of your fated being. You may not, it may not be smooth sailing. There's some things that's just not smooth sailing. And you may not be used to things not being so smooth sailing. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, I want you guys to actually kind of take a deep dive. That's kind of what I'm getting, like taking a deep dive into what is it, when was the last time you were your happiest? When was the last time you felt so fulfilled, so overjoyed? When was the last time you felt like this is life? And then take that. This is almost like I'm actually like seeing it, like somebody here doing like almost like a science project. I love science projects. I love science projects. But this is almost like that. Building a life to remember, building a life that you want for yourself. And I feel like for all of us, that's the thing, waking up every single day of the week and trying to go after that, because the thing about it is we have this life to live. But why continue living it the way that other people feel like you should live it? Living it not fulfilled, not happy. And yes, the people that's right in front of you, yes, you can take them along for the journey. It's at your discretion. You know, if you want to deal with somebody and we all got shit with us. Like, I'd be lying. I'd be lying if I say we don't. We all got shit with us. We all have pains and hurts. We all aging. We all got aches and pains. Like, and the aches and pains are internal and external. We all got it. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, there's an energy here, really and truly, there's an overall energy of truly acknowledging what you want, not thinking about anybody else in the process. And while there may be somebody in that process, yes, but I want you to think about yourself first. And then it's one of those things, are you okay in thinking about that? Because this is the thought. You think about that, and then you think about, okay, and what you're wanting. You think about the people that's in around you. You know, this is kind of like that show, what did I watch? And the guy was at the world was about to drown, and they had to take everybody to the boat, however this goes. Who are you? Because I remember this guy. I can't remember where. He was a book writer in the show. Can't remember the name of it. Gosh. But you know, the crazy boy from Cheers was in there. And he was in that motor vehicle. Gosh, I'm saying all this because I want you guys to tell me the name of this movie. And it's like The World or something, The End of the World or something like that. And I'm saying all that to say, who? You know, you got to get on the boat. The world's drowning. The world's, you know, because I want you guys to think about that, because sometimes people are so easily wanting to just give up. But I want you to think about also, would this person be seeking to grab your hands as well? Who are you going to grab their hands? What are you gathering? Who are you gathering to take along with you? Because the world's about to go into chaos. Because for some of you guys, it's like someone walking away from, I keep getting this vision, like someone walking away from someone that if the world was ending, they really and truly would want that person to be there with them. Or even if it's a job, like it's one of those things, it's like if the world was ending, who do you want by your side? Flaws and all. Really and truly, I want you guys to think about that, like flaws and all. I'm going to do a totally separate video with tarot, because I'm like, Tonya, you've been talking. Spirit just told me to say it, and I've said it. I'm going to let you guys go. Bye.